Oh, there you go.
Okay. Howdy. My name is Dustin Appleby. I am defending the species Linopathema humile, or L. humile, or just the Argentine ant.
Um, my name is Sarah Heck, and I'm defending the Solenopsis invicta, or the red imported fire ant. And our debate topic is which species would be a better invading species?
So, a little bit about the Argentine ant, or again, Linopathema humile. Uh, it is an omnivorous invasive species in the Hymenopteran order. Its life history, it was first discovered in northern Argentina. It entered the U.S. in the southeast region and California. And so for you football fans, that would be like SEC and Pac-12 areas. Just if y'all don't understand geography, but this is not a geography class; it's a ENTO class. Anyway, the reason for entering the U.S. is more likely through shipping sugar or coffee from Argentina. And its behavior characteristics. Being an invasive species, they tend to be very hard to combat. L. humile can populate very quickly by having multiple queens that can lay up to 60 eggs a day. They are known to form super colonies, or just a large number of nests spreading over large areas, where the individuals from one nest can be brought to any other nest and be accepted as nestmates. They are heavily social insects, relying heavily on the rest of the colony or colonies for efficient survival. Its impacts on human society include that, again, they are invasive species. They are a pest to humans when in contact with them. They reproduce and spread quickly. So if there are some in your house, there are likely to be many more of them nearby. Unique characteristics include they have no sting. Um, they have 5 to 8 teeth in its mandibles, and when crushed, it gives off a musty smell versus acidic smell that happens when other ants are crushed or destroyed.
Cool. Okay. All right, so the Solenopsis invicta, or the red imported fire ant, is a polymorphic species, which means two of the same ant can look a little bit different. Their coloring is red and yellowish with a brown or black gaster. The workers can range from small to medium sizes. The life stages of the red imported fire ant are egg, and they have 4 larval instars to pupa to the major and minor workers. A little bit of life history. It's native to South America and was accidentally introduced to a variety of different countries, including the US. They can live in a lot of different habitats, ranging from rainforests to electrical boxes. When new colonies are formed, they are formed by one or more winged mated females following a mating flight. After finding suitable nesting sites, they shed their wings and begin digging underground chambers where they will lay their eggs. The first eggs and larvae are looked after by the queen, but after they become adult workers, the workers start caring for the new eggs and larvae. They also forage for food and expand the nest after they become adults. Workers can live for several months, and queens can live for years. They are omnivorous, and foraging happens on warmer days. They also display necrophoric behavior, which means they discard pieces of dead ants into piles outside the nest. They are highly invasive species and thrive in urban areas. Workers are attracted to electricity, and so they consume electrical equipment. Impacts to human society. The red imported fire ant causes billions of dollars in damage every year. These ants impact businesses, property, crops, and livestock. They can get under structures and damage them, infest electrical stuff, and decrease the value of these properties. They invade a variety of crops and can prevent harvesting due to their nests being built on the land. And when it comes to livestock, they can severely injure or even kill the animals, especially when they're sick or weak. Unique characteristics. Their venom is unique to them. They use it for defense and capturing prey. Humans are pretty sensitive to this. I think we all know that. And some can even be very allergic to it.
Well, Sarah, I believe your chosen species can be quite invasive, yes. However, my species, L. humile, is arguably more productive in its invasion. Let me tell you why. L. humile is a polygynous species, meaning it can have multiple queens in one nest. This can potentially double or even triple the amount of ants being spawned per day. It also allows the extra queens to branch off with worker ants to establish other nests.
Wow. I agree that multiple queens increases nest sizes. The red imported fire ant can create nests with only one queen, but they can also have colonies with more than one queen as well. I believe the red imported fire ant is a more invasive species because it has spread from South America to South America and Central America to Australia, New Zealand, several Asian and Caribbean countries, and the United States. They are very flexible when they can set up in large nests under pavements, electrical boxes, crop fields, rainforests, or even dry areas. This makes it easier to invade a lot of different places when they don't have to focus on one type of climate.
I understand that the flexibility of where they can build colonies can be extremely efficient, and it is pretty impressive hearing about the number of countries the species have spread across. L. humile has invasive populations in large parts of Europe, South America, Australia, and the United States, but it has almost no record of being anywhere in Asia. L. humile is known for being a very aggressive species when it comes to invasion. In fact, they often tend to outperform and outmatch the local competition. This is because of their extremely high density and intense durability in harsh climates. They mostly hang out in really dry or really humid habitats. They don't really hang out in the cold. They won't last very long.
Even though those are known for being very aggressive, I still think the red imported fire ant causes the most damage overall. They impact so many different locations and have immense impacts on humans, their land, and their businesses. I view them as a very aggressive species because they don't let anything stop them, regardless of if it's a living thing or a building.
Well, this has been a very good argument of rebuttals. In closing, all in all, I believe that L. humile is a much more invasive species, personally. I mainly believe this because of its ability to outlast the competition and form incredibly large populations in a very short amount of time. Its history is impressive, and it has grown into an intense force to be reckoned with. It can be dangerous to households, public areas, and even in the wild. Thank you for watching our video, viewers, and listening to what we have to say about our given species.
Yes, thank you. In comparison to the Argentine ant, I think that the red imported fire ant is more invasive. As he said, the Argentine ant is extremely aggressive and can maintain huge colonies, but the red imported fire ant can damage property, mess with the foundations and structures of buildings, along with being a threat to harvesting crops and killing livestock. These costs speak for themselves. Annually, the red imported fire ant can cause $5 billion in damages in medical expenses, and then $2.5 million in damages. In just Texas alone, the ant has cost $300 million in damages, and that's to like public health, livestock, and just like property damage. A lot more money is spent on trying to control these pests, and then I think the red imported fire ant is more invasive species due to the vast impacts they have on humans. I think that's all we have, so
Yeah.
thanks for watching.
Thank you.
Okay, go.
Yeah.